Well, looky here. Don't we have us a little throwback? Shoot. Does this have to be censored? Does this have to be censored? No? Okay. There's nobody there. Hello, my friends. This is the Blackness, not FBS Russia. We will not be shooting guns. We will be listening to pure bullets, man. I'm just kidding. What's up, you guys? This is the Blackness, and we have for us day 3 of Hardstyle and Headphones. I'm just doing this shit for shits and giggles, man. I mean, I got the collection. Might as well share the bits of info so you guys don't have to. Today, we have the Austrian Audio Hi-55x. Yes! Austrian Audio is a company founded by old AKG members. I can almost understand why. Hence, if you guys don't know, AKG was recently bought by Samsung. Actually, Harman, which is a mother company of many other audio companies, bought AKG some odd years back, and Samsung owns Harman. I guess you guys can figure out what happened there and what the legacy unfolded there. I mean, you know, if you know AKG history, they were huge. I mean, they were huge developers with Neumann and Telefunken. And so anyhow, long story short, Austrian Audio, that's awesome that it's awesome that these old AKG guys. And so, you know, I gotta just say, long story short, hats off to these Austrian Audio guys, man. Because they also create microphones as well, but it seems like that, you know, some old AKG guys still had a vision. And, you know, I respect that a lot, because these things are built fantastically. For being closed backs, these things are awesome. I mean, the rotating cups are just so smooth. They have, like, a bit of resistance to them, so when they fit on your head, it's just like, dude, it just fits like butter. Hot butter to a knife, dog. And, the cable, I mean, it's freaking long. I get this thing caught in my mouse pad all the time. But I do really like that it's one cable, and it's a twist connect, and it's solid, but it's a 2.5 millimeter as opposed to 3.5. So you break it, you buy it, you know. So you got to get a new one from them. Which, hey, you know what? Tomato, tomato. I mean, unless you can find another 2.5 to 3.5, which sure exists. But these do have a good locking mechanism, which does stay in pretty well. I mean, but the overall build quality is badass, man. I mean, I had just noticed before this video that this leather thing is replaceable. What's up, cat? Hey. I know. We're recording. You gotta be quiet. Okay. Come on. Sorry, cat people. So, build quality, fucking 9 out of 10 on these, dude. I mean, Austrian Audio, they killed it, man. They killed it in the game. I mean, they've been... Yeah. You guys are rocking this bitch. Now, in terms of sound quality, you know, a moment ago, I had referenced these same tracks, the Headhunters, Hunter, and the Prey, Audio Freak Lose Control 5.0, my remix of Wild Styles' Keep Your Head Up, and, you know, and I actually listened to a track that I had produced earlier this summer, from start to finish, basically, on these, and I think it was just super late and I couldn't sleep that night, and it was like 5 hours, and you know, I basically had set an arrangement from start to finish and was just so pumped. I was working back and forth on these and the 8020s I had at the time only. What I, you know, totally had forgotten about is how fun these are to produce on. You know, I wouldn't say they're the most clinical per se. They are the most even across the spectrum, though, in my honest opinion, based on my own experience. They're not super sub-heavy like the Hi-Fi Man Sundaras, And those are definitely going to be your smackers if you're trying to do some kick-bass relationship plus drum arrangement type of stuff. I mean, drum bass guys, you guys might like that one. But, I mean, really, these are kind of an anyone headphone, you know? They're not overhyped. Overhyped, I will say, shouldn't be the word used for these headphones. Very top end, like 12 to 20K, man. I mean, there is some sizzle up there, but it's not hyped, you know? It's pretty responsive. It may seem shelved a little bit. It just may, you know what I mean? And headphone frequency responses are, you know, median based off of a certain type of curvature that would deem as flat to our ears. There is a certain terminology for that, however, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it does exist, and it's not flat at all. Not like speakers are designed. Far from it because of the displacement from the actual driver to your ear. But the build quality on these are fantastic. Even though they're closed back, they are not bass, you know, overwhelming at all. Not like the DT770s, not like, you know, and the Focal Elegias I heard, they're in a league of their own, that's for sure. And the reference point that I've also shared in previous videos, I've listened to probably 13 or 14 different pairs when deciding on mixing for, you know, hardstyle especially. You know, I think I just really got used to the sound of these. You know, and even compared to some Sony classics, the V6s, the 7506s, these just have a more balanced sound signature. And they're all around the same price range, too. The thing I do notice about these is that they, you know, it almost sounds like the instrument separation when it comes to production can be deciphered in, like, almost how frequency response charts are. Bass, lower bass, or upper bass, lower mids, upper mids, treble or lower treble-ish, and then upper treble, you know, 5 to 8K, and then, you know, your 8K on to 12, and then 12 on. It really is in about 6 groups that I can really kind of decipher these, which is awesome because that's almost how instruments really should be mixed in general. Dude, I just gotta give mad props to these guys. Plus the pads are freaking super, super, super comfy. But that doesn't, you know, decipher how they sound. Or right out, for that matter. Oh, it might take a while for me to get these puppies back in there. No, not really. Wow. The pads just snap right in. That's an easy replacement. That's pretty cool. Overall, man, I mean, I think these are just the funnest to produce on. If I really had to do a choice of... Alright, last call for mixing on fucking headphones. You gotta choose one, and we're throwing your computer out the window. Okay, LCD ones. Reason why is because I think the clinical response on these is a little more detailed and unforgiving when it comes to, okay, your stuff sounds like shit, so you gotta fix that in that region, you gotta fix those peaks, and things do really cloud up on here. And, you know, they're not exactly the most funnest to listen to because they're open backs, they're small, and I mean, let's just say, you add those two together and you don't get the most pleasing of listening, at least in my own opinion, because I do like a bigger driver. And, I mean, the Austrian Audio is a happy medium for that, for sure, when it comes to listening, producing, and maybe mixing. But you're going to have better chances, or I have better experience with trying to nail down a solution when it comes to what is the question of what is the problem in the mix. And that's kind of almost what you want. I mean, like, you think of like Amphion speakers, right? They're not the most beautiful sounding speakers, however, they are pretty brutally honest. These Barefoots, man, they definitely have hype to them, but they're honest. And you know what? There's some things that they have strengths in and they have weaknesses in, but I'm going to go over that in a later video. And truthfully, I still have yet to give you guys the review of the Focal Clears. I'm really curious of how that's going to be. I'm really interested to share that with you guys based on, like, you know, after listening to them for a few days and then initial response right after I do these reference tracks once more, because I'm going to be mixing with them. Really. You know, and not trying to knock the Sundars or anything of the sort, but the thing that, you know, I notice with these is that, yes, they are bass heavy. Yes, they do have a little more honest lower mids, upper bass. But it's not like game-changing, like, oh man, the fucking bass is incredible on these. I mean, like, for under $500 headphones, you're going to get what you pay for, you know? You start playing in the big boy leagues, you definitely are going to get what you pay for. I mean, some headphones I'm really interested in are the HEDD head, their headphone electrostatics. But that is definitely right out of my price range, man. And truthfully, those focal clears are worth a little bit too, but you know what? I don't like them, I'll flip them, you know? That's the name of the game with these. Truthfully, I mean, if I do like them, I may flip some of these. But, honest to gosh, I think that if you were to be in a position of like, I need to go somewhere, or I want to travel, but I want to mix something, you know, these Odyssey LCD ones would probably be the best bet, you know, especially if you're traveling, you know. I mean, if you're at home and you got some bass heavy stuff and you really like kind of smushing bass lines and playing with synth clarity and drum racks and, you know, the volume arrangement adjustments can be pretty fair with these, because I can almost compare these to the Genelecs, really, you know, the 8020s at least. But, and you know, if you want an all-rounder and stuff that's fun to produce on, comfy as hell, got great build, and you know, want them to last for a while, and you got easy replaceable parts all around, the Austrian Audios are the way to go, man. I mean, they are really fun to produce on. And they're not fatiguing, like, you know, some closed-backs might be. And you know, I mean, I'm cool with open backs, but, you know, for some reason, I get this feeling that I'm not being told everything that's going on. Well, hence the term, you get what you pay for. But there's just a different type of sound signature that these Austrian Audios have, which I do really appreciate. And so you really just got to try them for yourself, you know? I had the 6XXs too, but I'm letting my dad borrow those. And, you know, it's kind of hard to say that I want to get rid of any of these. I think in due time, I probably will. It's fucking hard, though. It's weird, you know. If anything, though, if I did have to rate these in terms of keep for utilitarian, I would probably... See, don't make me answer this. You just got to figure it out for yourself. All right? So, Buckness out. This was, today, the Austrian Audio Hi-55x, you know? Yep. Yeah. Let's do the thing, man. Enjoy.